Good afternoon, everyone. On
Uh,
behalf of organizers, a warm welcome to all of you on today's online AI seminar. We are pleased to announce that GBS Energy Private Limited have conducted 15 seminars in last 7 years since 2019,
hmm.
online and offline both. Uh, the it's like this ki in 2019 one, in 2021, in 2021 3, one in 2022, four in 2023, one in 2024, three in 2025, and this is the first one in 2026 already done on various subjects like power, steel, engineering, material handling, project project management and execution, safety, and AI. Details are shown on screen. Pallab, please show the details. Thank you, Pallab. So, this is the 16th seminar we are organizing. And I think myself fortunate enough to be associated with all the 15 seminars. I will now request Mr. Amitabh Ghosh to deliver his inaugural speech. To introduce Mr. Ghosh, he is the chairman of GBS Energy Private Limited, ex-VP BTS, ex-SVP Texmaco, ex-president Om Metal, ex-ED Titagar, and ex-MD IITN General Services Private Limited, General Services Limited. Mr. Ghosh is an acclaimed technocrat and profession in engineering sector. Over to you, Mr. Ghosh.
Thank you, Arnav. Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all our distinguished speakers, panelists, attendees, and friends joining from India and USA. As Arnav told, since 2019, we have organized 15 seminars, online and offline, on power, steel, engineering, material handling, project management, and execution, safety, and artificial intelligence. And today we are hosting our 16th seminar. This online AI seminar is organized under a joint US initiative of GBS Energy Private Limited, Kolkata, and KST International Business Incorporated, Huntington, West Virginia, USA, in association with Team IIT and acclaimed industry experts and professionals. Incidentally, both companies in India and USA are founded and owned by ex-IITians. On behalf of the organizer, welcome once again. Now about the subject of the seminar. The artificial intelligence with human feel factors and old values in technology, engineering, and beyond boundaries with academia industry alignment towards wisdom intelligence for benefits of people and society at large. Now, this objective is the seminar focuses on innovative applications of AI enriched by human values, ethics, and decades of engineering experience. It brings together senior technocrats, young AI experts, academia, and industry leaders to explore how artificial intelligence and human intelligence can create a wisdom intelligence. That is technology with context, conscience, and compassion. Key discussion will cover AI data center, real world case studies, intergenerational collaboration, responsible AI development across engineering sectors and beyond boundaries. Another important part of today's seminar, a special talk on Indian Knowledge Systems, IKS by Tapan Bokshi. He is the founder and owner of KST International Business Incorporated, Huntington, West Virginia, and partner in our joint Indo-US initiative. He is ex-IIT Kharagpur, NRI for 4 decades, my friend and IIT batchmate. Tapan's book, The Modern Astronomy and the Vedas, launched at Kolkata Book Fair 2026, bridges ancient Indian knowledge systems and modern scientific discoveries. Together, we are initiating an AI data platform under Indo-US venture. Our goal is integration of ancient philosophies and Indian knowledge systems and artificial intelligence, empowering senior citizens by bridging tradition and innovation through IKS. India's heritage plus senior experience can guide younger generation. You will appreciate this subject is quite new. We don't claim full expertise concerning applications of both artificial intelligence and human field factors in engineering in a comprehensive approach towards Atmanirbhar Bharat beyond boundaries. This may not have been discussed before in any seminar to the best of our knowledge. AI today, as you know, is like computer revolution of 90s, changing the world, revolutionary and enormous opportunities in all areas, around and beyond boundaries, and the extent and end are not known, probably even to AI. Applications of AI in engineering encompass all possible areas, delivering cost-effective solutions in minimum time for products and projects across all sectors: design and engineering, procurement, manufacturing, inspection, erection and commissioning, and O&M. The result, cost optimization, steel weight optimization, schedule compression, and total safety. Finally, benefits for industry, people, and society at large towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. We all know design and engineering and project management are the upstream work, balance is downstream work. Now, focusing on design and engineering, we see there are 3 eras of calculation. Era 1 is what we did, traditional long and manual calculation. Era 2 also we did computerized calculation and tailor-made with tailor-made software, started in 80s and 90s, like STAD, AutoCAD, etc., etc. Era 3 is AI-enabled calculation. The future is here. AI generates options, runs thousands of simulations in minutes. This is a revolutionary change. Drastic reduction in design time, steel weight optimization work that took months earlier is done in no time. While project schedule crashes, tremendous benefits to all. New greenfield projects as well as modernization are removed brownfield projects. I had the opportunity to go through this journey of various products and projects, so I can see and feel the difference. In our time, because of time schedule issues, we are not in a position to make maximum optimization of steel weight in many times. The best model in collaboration across generation is 60 plus senior citizen technocrats, professionals bring deep domain knowledge, field experience and judgment. They guide, vet and mentor. And 30 minus young AI knowledgeable professionals bring speed, data skills and fluency with new tools. They execute, iterate and innovate. Working together as per requirement, this blend gives us the best of both worlds: wisdom plus speed, safety plus innovation. The core philosophy of today is AI plus HI equal to WI. Artificial intelligence plus human intelligence equal to wisdom intelligence. AI gives us speed, scale, and data. Human intelligence gives us ethics, empathy, context, and conscience. When seniors who have seen the cycles guide AI, we get wisdom intelligence, technology that serves people, not the other way around. We must work with AI as co-pilot, we as pilot, together for betterment of human civilization. AI is also the new bridge between industry and academia. AI-enabled work is a sustainable bridge between academia and industry. One side, knowledge of academia, other side, problems of industry. In the middle, young brains plus senior experience working together. Today, we have presentation from acclaimed industry experts, AI experts, faculty and research scholars from IITs across ages, 23 to 80, followed by interactive session. In fact, AI itself made this bridging possible between people of all ages. Finally, at 79, I have been using AI for my work for some time now. I find it extremely educative and interesting. It even helps create nice poetry with human feel against prompt engineering. I now take this opportunity to end my speech with one suitable poem titled Wisdom Intelligence, the Human Line. Wisdom Intelligence, the Human Line. Let machines calculate, let AI design, but let the human soul define the line. Let machines calculate, let AI design, but let the human soul define the line. Code meets conscience, data meets grace. Old values guide AI space. Code means conscience, data meets grace. Old values guide AI space. For benefits of people, for society at large, we take this vow, we take this charge. For benefits of people, for society at large, we take this vow, we take this charge. Together we stand with IIT minds and industry's hand. Together we stand with IIT's mind and industry's hand. That's all. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. We now look forward to a very interesting, engaging, and successful seminar. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Excellent.
Thank you, Mr.
This is AI.
Yeah,
It can
you are an excellent
Hello. Oh no.
Yeah.
follow.
I think we now go to Mr. Saroj Khan Singh,
Yeah,
and then we'll come to Tapan Bakshi.
yeah. So our next speaker will be Dr.
There is a request. The people, there is a request. Arnav, you know, like the people who are not speaking, let their computer be in mute and your screen off.
Yeah,
So that, you know, there is some noise is coming. I don't know whether you are getting a noise or not. I'm getting a noise.
I am also getting a noise.
Yeah. So therefore, that is there from the system. Please check it. I think, and it is a request. Others who are not speaking, let's put it in mute when you're not speaking. And for the better ear one, if you also put off the, video also, that ear is better. Thank you.
Oh no, you are muted. Please unmute yourself. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Or no, there is a noise from your end. Some noise is there. That noise is coming from your, once you start it, your noise is coming.
Is it okay? Hello?
Yeah, it is okay.
Yeah, it's better now.
Yeah. Our next speaker is Dr. Saroj Khan Singh, Assistant Professor at Adams University. He is an expert in business strategy and risk management, and he worked previously in McNally Bharat. Over to you, Dr. Singh. Dr. Singh, are you there?
Good morning, everyone. I thank GBS for arranging this seminar, and I would be speaking majorly on three aspects of academia industry bridging, AI in project management, and AI and Indian knowledge system. Having served the industry for 22 years, I completed my bachelor's in engineering from the Scholarship. Went ahead to do my master's from University of Sheffield, and then my executive MBA from Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. Post that, I completed my PhD in project strategy as the topic for my thesis from ICFI, and worked in companies like Siemens, L&T, where I did a number of projects, mega projects, and then I joined academia. So academia industry bridging is a big thing, especially for India. The academia is always trying nowadays to make the subjects and the taught material relevant for industry. Industry, again, is looking forward, especially in India, for research innovations which can help them to be ahead in the race and sell the products and services to the whole world. Now, this being said, is it actually required is also a question. Is academia only aligned to job creation? And this is a serious question we should answer, and we'll come to that. But before that, let's look at how much is it impacting which portion. So in the academia, this artificial intelligence has had a big impact. Testing has become very difficult because the student continuously sort to ChatGPT and such aids to learning. The learning needs have changed, and academia is trying to cope with them. How much has it really impacted industry? Possibly in the education industry, in the media industry, in the service sector a lot, but how much in the core sectors? And how much will it impact in the future is the question. So when we get students ready for industry, we definitely need to make them acquainted with AI. Even faculty are now being trained to teach with such tools so that they don't see this as an hindrance, but rather a leverage point. That being said, the question remains, is it a hype? Will AI sustain? And these are questions we should answer. And for that, if I look at my own field as project management, yes, AI can transform greatly, but is that the only solution? And I'm quite skeptical about it. There's a lot of human intervention in many projects, and that will always remain, is my feeling. And when we answer these questions surrounding us, we are, taken towards the knowledge system, which has its origins way back in the ancient times. Our curriculum are mostly centered around the Western philosophy of classrooms, whereas the Indian knowledge system had a Gurukul system, which was iterative. And now research is done how this was like fractal-based education. So that's a different topic. But the question is that what do we need in the future? We need people with character, and that needs to be instilled in the schools and then in colleges, and that may completely eliminate this need for really job-oriented teaching and making them more entrepreneurial, more research-oriented, and this was already there. I mean, look at today's IT world, Google's and Apple's of a recent emergence, and look at Tata Steel. What was Tata Steel based on? Was it profit-making only, or was it something to do with machine learning? These are some fundamental questions we should ask. And then we can see that the Indian knowledge system will have a big, big impact in this aspect. While we teach AI in schools, of course, it will have a big impact and it will transform the way we teach. We have to reflect on the Indian knowledge system, and I'm sure that it will have a big impact of how India trails and traces its journey in the future. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Singh. Uh, you are all. I think you are also present in the audience. Are you present, Dr. Singh? Then I will ask for some question from the audience if you are present. Okay. Since he is not present, so we are going to our next speaker, Mr. Tapan Bakshi, founder, owner, KST International Businesses Inc., West Virginia, USA. He is a mining consultant and ex-IIT Kharagpur. Over to you, Mr. Bakshi.
Please, please unmute yourself, Mr. Bakshi. You see, there is a mic symbol. Just click on that. There is a symbol on mic. Click on that. Otherwise, you remain muted. We can't hear you. Sorry.
তুমি একটু বলো তো, আনমিউট করতে বলো। হ্যাঁ, না কিন্তু আনমিউট করতে বলো, শোনা যাচ্ছে না।
Okay. You are muted.
মিউট,
Just click. Just touch the
Click.
symbol of
touch the symbol.
mic.
Is it
Yeah.
okay now?
Yeah, now.
Fine, great.
Yes.
Yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Good morning here in USA and good afternoon in India. My name is Tapan Bakshi. I spent about 10 years to study and then 2 years to write this book. This book is called Modern Astronomy and the Vedas. What I did is I found out what our sages said about the astronomy and then find out what the modern astronomy says on those things. And all these things that I found out from Vedas, Upanishads, and partly Gita also. In Vedas, one of the chapters, they completely told how the world was created. And now, before I go to my main speech, which is on why we worship Brihaspati and Shani, that is Jupiter and Saturn, as our god, because they did something for our survival, the survival of the world, survival of the earth. Now, one thing that Western world says that Indian civilization is 3,005 years old. It cannot be true because we found some artifacts in the Gujarat area that there was a temple there and which is submerged under the water, and those that artifacts were dated as 9,500 AD. 9,500 AD. So how can a temple be built there at that old and our civilization is only 3,500 years old? So that is not right. So that means what? We need to do some research work on this and to establish our actual time. Then think about this atom. Atom concept was very recent. But in India, the sage Conrad was saying that he was going to school with a bread in hand and was tearing up slowly. And then finally he could not tear up anymore. So he gave the concept that everything can be smaller and smaller until you cannot make it any more smaller. So the atom concept was given by Conrad. And then this is one of the biggest things that we have, Kepler's law. Kepler's second law says that uh, Earth is rotating around the sun in not in a circular motion, but in elliptical orbit. He said that in 1609. But our sages, our Aryabhatta, he said in his book Aryabhatiya that planets move in elliptical orbit, and he was born 400 some area. So he said all these things in around 500 AD, long before Kepler said that. So a lot of these things are available, and we have to put together and make a data bank. So we can use that data bank as we need it. These are available, but you have to search it. Now, coming back to Brihaspati, or Jupiter and Saturn, why they are worshipped? Because Jupiter, at one point of time, when all the materials was created, Jupiter, Saturn, and other planets were created, which is between Sun and the Jupiter. One time, what Jupiter started going towards the Sun. Jupiter going towards the Sun is not something new in the whole universe. Lot of places, the big planet goes towards the Sun, and they are called hot Jupiter, because they are very hot, and nothing can be alive. No life can be created that high temperature. So this time, for our Sun, Jupiter was pushing all the materials between the Sun and Jupiter and push them to the Sun, and Jupiter would become very close to the Sun and stay there. What happened? Shani, the Saturn, after a while, stopped Jupiter by its gravity. So Jupiter is stopped, and all the materials could not go to the Sun. A lot of materials went to the Sun and became part of the Sun. Then some material that left formed other planets. That 4 solid planets that we got, that was created again. And in the meantime, what Saturn did, not only stopped Jupiter from approaching the Sun, but also asked him to pull back by this gravity. And now they are in the proper position, which is 7 astronomical unit for Saturn and 5.2 astronomical unit for Jupiter. That's how Earth was created. And we worship our sages realized that, and then they said, this is our God, this is our lifesaver. So we worship Jupiter and Saturn. And there are a lot of data is available in our uh, uh, Vedas and Upanishads, but we have to decipher that and put them in the data bank. Hello? Any question? Hello?
Yeah, we are listening. Topon, okay. Your book I have seen, and I would say quite a stupendous work, a big work. I mean, to go through these Vedas and Upanishad, and then understand that, and then connect it with the findings of the so-called modern scientists. Definitely, Uh, Now the question comes that how do we actually make use of it through formation of a data bank which can be accessed by some AI platform, you know, uh, so that any tangible information or any tangible clues on because Vedas they include things uh, very wide ranging, right? So how do you think that this database can be formed? I mean, what could be the starting point? I believe this is still not existent. I mean, people have not ventured in this, so it could be one pioneering job to put the information and the connections what one can get from our this ancient literature, if I put it that way, because they are not just mere literature. There is a treasure house of huge knowledge. So, any idea, Token? How do we?
Well, it can be done by piecemeal by different scholars, and they collect the information and put it in a data bank. And information collection is a big job because when we are not expert in Sanskrit, that is the biggest problem. Or when I was studying this, I had to go through different translations, and also the Vedas. If you buy the proper Vedas book, it will give you the Sanskrit version and also Bengali meaning of that. So I used those books, and I had to go through a lot of books in that situation and then wrote it down. And in this way, if that information is available, and if you can create a data bank by piecemeal from some from me, some from you, some from other people, then there will be a data bank in course of say 10 years time.
Can I interject?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, Tapon, I had seen in my experience of work that people in the Western sector and Europe, they feel as far as knowledge is concerned, everything has been created from that side. And we are getting technology. Still, we are saying that we are getting technology. Like in steel sector, the experts are here. Even today, we don't create technology. And technology is coming from any country, but not from India. Unfortunate. This is one thing I like, that everything has come from India and then via Middle East it has reached there, and now they are saying that it is my technology. Now, first of all, this has to be proved to them. The people who are saying that you don't know, we are teaching you. This is a job. Particularly some countries I can mention, Germany and all, they feel they are above all. Because I have worked with them so many years, particularly in engineering and technology. So when I saw 3 years back, Dr. Mondal and myself, I was very interested seeing Tapon doing this work. So together we went to IIT Guwahati. And there I found there is a department called Indian Knowledge System, which has been created by our Honorable Prime Minister, I believe. And this is the same thing which Tapon is telling. Same thing. And I do agree that we should push this. But what he says, we need to have a lot of data bank and authenticity of data bank. In this book also he has shown that this is what is there earlier and this is what we are doing today. And he has shown the analogy nicely. And this has to be also, publicized in a big way.
If I may add, Mr. Ghosh here, thank you,
Yeah.
Mr. Tapon Bokshi, for an excellent speech, but initiating rather, And like these days, earlier people used to see it's a mythology, it's not correct, but nowadays the acceptance is quite there. Gradually, it is going. What NASA told about something, but if you see say 1,000 years back, when the Chandragrahan, Surya Parag, this will start, they'll see a Panjika and tell them. So our astronomical knowledge was pretty high. So gradually, although even though they don't accept, but gradually the acceptance is coming in with the IKS, what you mentioned, and also like these even today the yoga. What is the yoga International Yoga Day? What our Prime Minister started. So these are our knowledge system which was there since ages, 1,000 years, and now we have to be proactive to help what Mr. Bakshi has started, and we also put together to see that this is accepted and this is also well documented and well used also, because these are the knowledge we missed. They say the Sanskrit the most structured language in the world, and had
Yes.
the Sanskrit being used in computation, probably that is the best thing. So, but we are gradually forgetting Sanskrit. But people
Yes.
do more research in Germany after the Second World War. They took the books and Sanskrit pandits there to see how the knowledge can be deciphered. So therefore, we should feel proud about our culture, proud about our thing. Maybe many things distortion might have come in, some like which are not probably correct, because one or two things there they may cite it. But yes, what Mr. Bakshi has mentioned about why we pray Jupiter and Saturn, that logically it is quite correct, and that probably that knowledge was there with the people earlier, so therefore we pray them. So this is the good thing we started. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you everybody for a very good interaction. And this is the aim of this particular type of seminars. So we are going to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Mr. Arya Bhattacharya. Mr. Bhattacharya is BTech from because BTech in ceramic engineering from IIT BHU in the year 1979. Now renowned technocrat and industry expert based at USA. Over to you, Mr. Bhattacharya.
Hello, friends. This is Arya Bhattacharjee. I'm a technology entrepreneur with over 40 years of experience in semiconductors and AI applications for design and manufacturing. My connection with India is deep. I founded Arcus Technology, India's turnkey chip design company, in 1990, which was eventually acquired by Cypress and Broadcom in 2000. Currently, I am advising Infosys to define their semiconductor and AI roadmap. Today, I will briefly talk to you about the role of AI, rather agentic AI, in semiconductor manufacturing. Semiconductor, which is soon to be a $1 trillion industry, drives all aspects of our lives and society, as you very well know. It is the most complex and precise engineering endeavor which human being has achieved. Today, microchips, which contains over a billion transistors packed into a small space, measured in nanometers. And as we keep on following Moore's law and even beyond Moore's law and try to scale using traditional automation methods, it is no longer possible to use traditional ways. We must infuse our manufacturing facilities with AI. More commonly, we must pivot towards agentic AI. This shift moves us from passive algorithms to autonomous decision-making agents. To understand why we need agentic AI, we must look into the current state of semiconductor fabrication. A modern wafer travels through over thousands of sequential steps. It undergoes lithography, etching, ion implantation, and chemical vapor deposition, planarization. A single mistake at step 999 can ruin an entire batch of wafers. That costs millions of dollars, delays, and critical supply chain problems. Human engineers are brilliant, of course. They invented AI and they invented semiconductor, but they are facing a situation of a data deluge, too much data, and they need to be used. A single fab generates terabytes of sensor data every day, and over time it's over petabytes. Traditional statistical process control is not enough, doesn't tell you when the machine fails. Sometimes it tells you how it's failing after it fails. This is where the classic machine learning stepped in first to optimize lithography masks and predicting tool maintenance. But standard AI is just a tool that waits for human to pull the lever. This brings us to the core transformation of our era, which is agentic AI. Standard AI analyzes data, highlights anomalies for a human engineer to fix. Agentic AI goes a step further. It perceives, reasons, plans, and acts autonomously. Imagine an autonomous AI agent embedded with an extreme ultraviolet lithography tool, say SML, 13.5 nanometer, high numerical aperture, whatever. The agent notices a microscopic temperature fluctuation that will cause a defect 10 steps down the line. It does not flash a red warning light on a dashboard. Instead, the agent automatically recalibrates the laser intensity so that the replacement part for the next scheduled downtime and can rewrite the routing schedule, and incoming wafers can be planned to minimize bottlenecking. This acts like a digital engineer operating at the speed of light. The integration of agentic AI addresses three critical pillars of semiconductor manufacturing: maximize yield, closed loop metrology. Metrology is the method of inspection systems that after each step, you need to measure what's going on. Practically, it's a waste of time, but it's needs to be done. But sooner you can do it, and predictive metrology is very important. And also dynamic supply chain management. This called all the agents come in and plans the raw materials, schedules, and everything. By shifting from human in the loop to human in the loop to oversight, we unlock the unprecedented fab utilization rates. This transition is ongoing. It's not going to be easy. The semiconductor industry is notoriously risk averse, and for good reasons. A rogue agent making incorrect judgments could break a billion-dollar facility. Therefore, our deployment of agentic AI must follow a structured framework. We must use the technological digital twin and do extensive simulation so it's flawless. We should bound it by autonomy so it doesn't have hallucinations and also doesn't go extreme and starts taking decisions without human approval. Explainable AI is also important because we have to ensure agents log their reasoning clearly so human engineers can audit their decisions. We are not replacing rather human expertise. We are liberating our engineers from repetitive troubleshooting so that they focus on next generation architectural design. In conclusion, the future of semiconductor manufacturing is self-optimizing, self-healing, and autonomous. By marrying the physical precision of hardware manufacturing with the cognitive agility of agentic AI, we will secure the exponential growth of computing power for generations to come. So let us embrace these autonomous partners to build the silicon foundation of tomorrow. And in conclusion, I must say that this exercise of marrying data, copious amount of data, to the technologies is what is going to give productivity and opportunity. And that's where India has a very big role to play. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bhattacharya. Our next speaker is Mr. Srinivas Singh. Mr. Singh is ex-MD of McNally Bharat and now he is chairman of Limemberier Advisors Private Limited. Over to you, Mr. Singh.
Good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon to all the executives and the dignitaries on the dais. While I am taking this opportunity to thank Mr. Amitabh Ghosh, who has been very kind to invite me to be a part of this session, I must appreciate Mr. Ghosh continuous efforts in organizing this seminar and inviting people who have something to contribute for the topic that he has selected. The topic is artificial intelligence with human key factors and old values. Keeping this, considering my about 5 decades of experience in project management and management of the company as a whole, where the efforts of the executives were required, and most of the efforts were being used in collection of data, segregating them, and maintaining them in a manner so that the decision could be taken. While in the going back to nearly 40 years back, there was even not much of the computerization when people were doing everything in their own hand. The data were being communicated through hard copies, and those were collected, and number of people were selected uh, for, for taking the data into and making different kind of informative requirement for the management to take decision. Thereafter, even when the computerization started also, the communication system was such that, it was not easy for all the entire country to have the right kind of bandwidth to have all the information in one place to get that. Of late, the AI, which is the artificial intelligence, which is giving really a great boost to the information collection and helping the management for taking the rightful decision for managing companies, including arrangement of finance, collection of fund, completing projects on time, so on and so forth. During my all these 50 years of experience in the industry, as I said, I had number of occasions where large projects and of very complex in nature, where in far different places. To just cite one example, one project was in Hindustan, which was somewhere in near Udaipur, again not in the just close to Udaipur, about 200 kilometers away from Udaipur, where there were no telephones, and everything was being all information were collected and sent by either courier or by post, so that the information reaches the headquarters for doing the needful. That was a project where, in fact, Hindustan Zinc had just sold up the company to Mr. Anil Agrawal, that is the Vedanta Group. The projects in Hindustan Zinc used to take nearly 30 to 40 months time to complete a project of that nature. But when Mr. Anil Agrawal took over the company, he wanted to see how these projects could be completed even half of the time that it's required. So while making an analysis, Mr. Agrawal personally had called me and to his Bombay office, and he wanted that, Mr. Singh, with all your experience in having built so many projects, I would like to explore the possibility of executing this project in a much faster manner, and also to ensure whatever problems we are faced in the past, how they could be so organized that we do not face those problems. So it was a great really task, because even if McNally had done almost all the similar projects in the country, the beneficiation plants for Hindustan Zinc, Hindustan Copper, and many other customers, but the data were in different places. The drawings were made, designs were done, samples were tested in various places. And anytime anything a project was facing, everybody was referring to the old data, and it was taking long time. So now, considering the considering the huge amount of data and collecting them and taking decision was really a big great challenge. So now, when in fact you see Mr. Agarwal wanted, then immediately he started installing the entire communication system, taking different new networks so that we can connect the site to the project, to the headquarters of Nikali Bharat. And in headquarters also, we had to employ large number of our design engineers, estimators, consultants to see that what were the, or even if they were all completed, all the actions were taken whenever the project was on progress. And it was difficult for to take a decision quickly as to how to make a presentation to Mr. Agarwal. Nevertheless, all day and night, about 6 to 7 days, we sat together and with about a team of about 10 to 15 people collecting data from different files, designs, and drawing, we could finally find out analysis as to how the project, whatever problems were faced, could be today, the time could be reduced, and whatever difficulties were faced in the project could be avoided. So now my point is that there have been some artificial intelligence as we are talking about today, been there, all those information maybe would have been collected, and the exact reasons for the delays, exact relation of the the design defects, all these things could have been done probably in a fraction of an hour. So now, similarly, I have now in a retrospect, when I find there was a project in Naval Lignites, where first time in India, McNally Bharat wanted to be the designer and manufacturer of bucket wheel excavators, which were only earlier manufactured by the Germans at a very, very high price. And McNally Bharat could persuade the government to see that how the equipment could be manufactured in India with just half of the cost and even maybe lesser delivery period than what the Germans were doing. So this was a big challenge. In fact, when I tried to enter there, and it took me about 2 years. The first time when we participated in the tender, they rejected Gali Bharat, telling that they don't have the experience, they don't have the manpower. And finally, I had to convince to the ministry that what ThyssenKrupp is doing is that they are having designs which they are getting it, in fact, made in Poland and other places where we have the access, and they will be our partner. And with them, we should be able to do make the equipment at half of the cost, because the padding of the cost that was made by the Germans was nearly, I should say, about 150 to 200% more than what a normal profitable job could be done in India. So after a lot of fights, when we did it, and the bucket wheel excavator was having a lot of challenges getting the designs from Poland, getting the detailed drawing in India, and getting each of the steel to be procured, components to be procured, manufactured. Considering the time, a challenge was taken to reduce the time by 30% of what ThyssenKrupp was doing. So what really we did, McNally Bharat took about 40 small-scale industry factories in Chennai and put nearly 50 to 60 engineers in different places. In each and every place, designers and detailers were placed. But to control them, we had to use huge resources in terms of physical movement. And still then there used to be a lot of problems in terms of coordinating. But I wish if the AI would have been there, all those information could have been collected and the decision could have been taken much faster. Even though McNally completed those projects just before time, maybe we could have reduced further time. Similarly, there are a number of, I have done nearly more than, I should say about 1,000 turnkey projects in the country, varying from equipment, process plant, power plants, and many the infrastructure projects, ports, name anything, any industry you tell McNally, where mostly my career time I had been able to bring in technology and getting them manufactured and installed. But now, although we had been very successful and we took a lot of time in terms of collecting and spending money, we finally could complete all of them. But in a retrospect, when I look at those information, I find that had there been AI kind of situation, we would have done it. But even though AI is there, what I could find that human intelligence in terms of taking right decision for the ultimate thing is essential. Therefore, there has to be a complete cohesion between the human intelligence and the AI so that the maximum benefit of this technology could be taken in terms of managing companies and completing projects on time within the cost. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. Our next speaker is Dr. Nishit Ranjan Mandal, Chair Professor IIT Guwahati, TIDF, TIH, former Professor and Head, Department of Ocean Engineering and Naval Architecture, IIT Kharagpur, India. Over to you, Dr. Mandal.
Yeah, once again, a very good afternoon or very good evening to all of you. As Arnav has very nicely gave a brief about me, frankly speaking, I'm absolutely novice to AI. Only thing I see some good results from AI and some ambiguous results also from AI. I mean, I'm an end user of AI. I would like to be an end user because essentially what I see that there are two very distinct aspects.
In
A
engineering,
group,
in a
a
comprehensive
knowledgeable group,
approach
who will be
towards Atmanirbhar
developing
Bharat
these
beyond
AI
boundaries,
platforms
this may not have
for
been discussed
application
before
for the
in any
benefit of
seminar to the best of our
well,
knowledge.
humanity
AI today, as
at
you know,
large.
Taking right decision.
So that is how. That is
Our
how the
next
application of AI, like I give you one a small example, probably with whom we did this work, he also is supposed to present the more technological aspect of that. That is very simple. There's the application of AI to debug the X-ray films of welding. Whenever some welding work is done, that needs to be certified so that there is no. I mean, it should be defect free, right? There can be flaw, acceptable flaw, but not unacceptable flaw. That means defect free. So the standard practice is to be radiography or ultrasonography or whatever. But here we did with the radiography because, well, that's accepted norms. And then a human eye, expert eye, will check the radiographic plates. Like orthopedic surgeon, he checks the X-ray plates when you have something, some bone fracture or something. So obviously, that human eye is being replaced by AI, artificial intelligence eye, so that we can speed up the work, so that it becomes free from any human elements, from the point of view of that when just try to imagine that you are checking the radiographic plates right from morning 8 o'clock, the shift starts, and continuously doing it by afternoon or even after lunch, you may get fatigued and your speed will come down, and there will be a likelihood of some omission, commission, all those things. that you may not, you may overlook some flaw and so on and so forth. But if it is checked through a AI platform, which is very thoroughly trained, this is what it is important. Just 1 minute. Ajay. Yeah. So thoroughly trained, by that what I mean, because in fact we face that. Apparently it seems very easy, and we said that we'll do it, the job can be done in 6 months, but eventually it took 2 years to fully implement. Why? Because training it thoroughly, that to inbuild the intelligence in it, to put the intelligence in it, that takes time, and that has to be done very meticulously. Because what was happening, I mean, those who are little aware of these terms, that what is called um, mm, undercard, a defect that is named as undercard. That means not a proper deposition on the edge of a butt weld. The metal has been deposited, so that undercard, this AI was interpreting as a crack along the length, along the weld joint, a crack on the edge, whereas it's not a crack, it's just undercut. So why? Because there was not many data for defective weld having cracks, but undercut was there, so it was confusing. So this is a one small example. So it needs to be uh, it, it it needs to be that means the training part is very important. And then the trouble came because we don't have that data. The data was taken from what? From the shipyard normal, what do you call, the X-ray plates. The jobs are being done from the plate, that data is being put. Now obviously you won't expect a lot of crack data coming in the well, because what the hell does the welders are doing? They are qualified, highly qualified welders, and thoroughly certified by the classification society. So we had to artificially create, means purposely do some defective welding, to train the AI platform. So this is very important. That means same thing. It's a human brain. If it is fed with the wrong information, it will give wrong judgment. Right? That's what we see in the society or in the world at large, very much. So same thing, artificial intelligence. That's why artificially the intelligence is created. So I will not go much. I mean, this one only example I gave, and another thing I would say that probably Amitabh only said. I mean, as the digital transformation we say, I remember. I mean, when we were in, I think so, in fourth year, third year or fourth year, then only the calculators started coming. While studying, we did not use calculator. Only in fourth year, beyond fourth year, the calculators started coming. Prior to that, we were using slide rule. Now slide rule has become obsolete. Calculator. Interestingly, I'll say how it changes. We had at that time, you may recall, DCM calculator. DCM, Delhi Cloth Mill, but producing desktop calculator this big. With the hand, I'm showing this big, the size of the laptop, right? Big, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 0, and there plus, minus, multiplication, division, equal to. These are the only function, right? Now, interestingly, this fact, I'm telling you, it sounds like a joke, that somebody was calculating, I mean, just testing it, 3 plus 4, right? 12, nah, 3, 3 multiplied by 4, 7. What is happening? Why 7? It should be 12. What happened? That desktop calculator is a little tilted. That plus symbol was looking like a multiplication symbol. The plus, if you look from an angle, it may become multiplication. Mystically, he is pressing the plus symbol and getting 7. And he says, why the calculator is giving wrong? It is 12. We remember, I mean, when we started using a calculator, we used to do calculations through the calculator and then recheck it, longhand calculation, whether it is done correct. That was the level of faith initially. Then down the line, slowly computers came. People were very afraid that, oh, and well, there are other things, that everybody's job will go because computer will do everything, right? And that was the feeling in those days. It was given to understand, but eventually saw that it's otherwise just the opposite. It is actually, because you actually improve productivity, you actually improve getting time, etc., and in fact you create more jobs in the process. Anyway, but on the other side, how people had this like the use of desktop calculator. Same thing. I was asked by one gentleman that very seriously asked. It's not joking. He said, "Please to address me, Professor Mandal. Professor Mandal, this is long back. I'm talking about just late 80s. You people are using computer all the time. Is there any possibility of getting infected by the virus? As I hear, there's a lot of virus going on in the computer." Seriously, he asked. You see, because already the computer came in the market, virus also came, so-called software virus. But people's perception, some they had like that, the virus can infect you. So there is the other side. Anyway, that went off. And now let's jump to AI. People are thinking like all the other things, and correctly things. What can be done is any design exercise, which is to take months, can be done very fast. True, very fast, right? So what will happen? The biggest advantage is it can check various alternatives at a shorter time span, right? So I have option of squeezing the entire project period or so. Here again, a word of caution. Uh, we were going through a design process of a very slow RPM generator, electrical generator, very slow RPM, very slow RPM to the extent of 50 RPM. The shaft, the rotor will rotate at 50 RPM. So now you may be aware that such generators are not available in the market, right? Electrical generators so low RPM not available. We could locate one which operates at 190 RPM. That's the minimum we could locate. So 50 RPM, what to do? So we're talking with the electrical professor of IIST, and he's very knowledgeable in that. So he came out with a solution, very good solution. That is, you increase the diameter of that, so that the angular velocity we increase. What eventually recurs is the how much flux it is cutting per second. So if I increase the diameter, the radius of the rotor, so at the periphery, the angular velocity will increase. So that way. Now, as a smart fellow, myself considering to be, I thought, let me check through AI what it says. So it gave me a beautiful design calculation. You'll be surprised. And nicely, point by point, a design calculation for a low RPM. I gave my requirement because there it is. I use the simple chat GPT platform where it boldly says, you can ask me anything, truly anything. So they gave me a calculation. It looked so nice. I mean, so authentic. So after discussing with the professor, then at the end, I handed over him that 4 pieces of paper stating that, well, this you may have a look if you wish to. This is I mean, not my calculation, this is generated through AI. Then he was checking through just, and he said, this particular formula, I mean, the equation it has used is not correct, but the result is correct. Amazingly, I do not know why and how. So, anyway, what AI does, it does the existing knowledge. That is the job in the data center. Very fast, they will go through the entire pile of papers, published knowledge, etc., and choose the right thing and apply it to your requirement. So, a perfect. So, there, what it happens that all information, good informations are there. Here, it's not a question of wrong information or lack of information. Like in that welding, I said that was a lack of information. The cracked data was not available, right? But here, not lack, but choosing and applying, there is some leakage, some mismatch was there probably. So in any case, AI definitely will help you in sorting out all I mean various things in a much shorter time span. But of course, to start with, like we used to do, you calculate with the calculator and then cross check hand calculation. But after a couple of years, that got stopped because the total confidence came. So still, it's in a little infancy. To bring that total confidence in AI, probably it will take a little more time, but definitely it is. We need to gear up ourselves to the use of this instead of becoming afraid of getting infected by the virus. Like one person said that you are using a computer, you get infected. What will happen? Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you. It's
Thank
just
you, Dr.
more on a
Mandal.
lighter side of.
Thank you, Dr. Mandal. We wanted to hear from you as a layman, and we got a very good experience and your sharing of your own
Just experiences.
experience. We invite our next speaker. Achinta Sarkar. Mr. Achinta Sarkar is our next speaker. Mr. Sarkar is a steel expert and ex-executive director of ISCO Steel Plant. Over to you, Mr. Sarkar.
Are you able to hear me now? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Amitabh, for organizing this excellent seminar. It is throwing a lot of light on our knowledge, and we are in the threshold of another change, that is AI. Now, in our lifetime, we have seen so many changes like this where we were really did not know. We really did not know what is coming to what is going to come next. For example, when we started our career, there was nothing like a computer, nothing like that in the system. And as Professor Mandal, Dr. Mandal said that during our college days, we used to use slide rule for calculation. Not even good calculating machines also were not available. So gradually, what we have seen are revolutions in every sphere. We have seen revolution. I remember even in the telecommunication system also, we used to. I recall that our colleagues used to go from Burnpur to Asansol to make a call to his home in Chennai, and he used to wait for 2 hours for getting a call. And now they see the change today, what we are getting, and how we are talking to not only in India, in international, all international calls and everything we are getting as if we are talking to next door. This is the change that is taking place in our lifetime. One more thing that I would like to say is that the change in the telephone system. I was just telling you that this is the way that we were experiencing while talking to distances. And in one occasion, I remember those days in 70s, I think, a forecast was made by Mr. Bharti Mittal, Sunil Bharti Mittal, that handsets are going to become so popular that each one of most of the individuals will be having a handset. At that time, we were not knowing about the mobile phones. Maybe one or two mobile phones very exceptionally has come to the head of the organization or something like that. But he told in that time itself that handsets will be like that. So that also again, a revolution has come in telephone. So how many revolutions we have seen in our lifetime, and the last one that I don't know how many it keep on coming, but we may not be able to see. But the at our 80s we are coming to see the AI revolution. It's really a revolution, and AI revolution is going to take us with a big jolt, and I think the whole world is preparing for that. India is also preparing for that, and you must be remembering that on the 31st of January, I think this year, our country, India, had hosted AI summit in Delhi, where all the notable figures of the world and in technology they had participated, and they had forecast that India is going to be a big hub for usage of AI. Usage of AI is one thing, and development of that kind of chips, which I forgot the name of the gentleman who was from uh, from uh, from um, from IIT. IIT. Just now you spoke about the huge projects on semiconductor which are coming and which are on the job
Pillai,
on the
Pillai,
anvil also. Yeah.
Mr.
So
Pillai.
he gave a small example of how the chips are working, what kind of design is required, what kind of accuracy is required, what kind of effort is required, and this is one part. Another part is that as soon as we activate some action or query with the AI starts working on that in nanoseconds and gives us the reply. But beyond that, in the background of that, there is a huge a lot of activities which are going on. There are data centers which are absorbing the heat that is being generated. These parts we do not know, and our country is far away from this technology development. But we are trying to take the advantage of usage of AI. So that is what initiative Mr. Amitabh Ghosh has very correctly initiated, that how AI can be utilized for the purpose of industry, academia, this thing, cooperation. It's very important at this juncture to deal with this subject. But there are lot many things to know about AI, what really AI can do, and for knowing what it can do, I think more and more awareness is required, more education is required, and it is not only that AI will solve some problems for us. We have to tailor that, or we have to apply that solution in a more humanistic manner. What the topic of this seminar also says, that human factor in AI. That's very important. Definitely, it is very important. But this is what a revolution is coming. A revolution is coming, and all of us have to be prepared, and all of us have to embrace this change with proper knowledge and with proper awareness. So this very important seminar, I thank Mr. Ghosh for organizing this, and I wish that our country our country is at par with the developed countries of the world, like US or Europe, that we are able to leverage the usage of AI the way that it should be. And ours is a very big country, and everybody is looking at a market. Market for AI is India. Even if they are developing it, but market for AI is India. So that is how it is very important for us to know, and very important for us to apply these tools with the best of our knowledge and best of our ability to enhance every part of our activity, be it project, be it education, be it medical science. Everywhere AI will have its impact. So we must be prepared to take this to the proper level. So with this, I wish that this seminar gives proper dissemination of knowledge, and the discussion like this is very important for making us aware, making us prepared for accepting this challenge. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sarkar. I think Mr. Tapan Bakshi wanted to speak something. Mr. Bakshi, are you there? Okay, he raised his hand. Okay, now we go to the
Oh no, you got you have muted yourself. Yeah.
yeah.
1 second.
I think Mr. Bakshi wanted to speak something. He raised his hand. Mr. Bakshi, are you there? Okay. Then we move to our next speaker, Mr. Abhishek Mukherjee. Mr. Abhishek Mukherjee from IIT Kharagpur will be our next speaker. Over to you, Mr. Mukherjee.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay. Thank you, Amitabh sir and Professor N.R. Mandal sir, for giving me this opportunity to talk to in this esteemed platform. I am sharing my screen. I hope it's visible.
Yeah, it's visible. Go on.
Okay. So Amitabh sir has told me to talk about this, the AI-enabled work, which will be working as a sustainable bridge between academia and industry. So I am Abhishek Mukherjee. I am doing a PhD in IIT Kharagpur under Professor Surjakant Pal. So I am going to talk about my experience, like in this 5 years of journey, the industrial problems I have solved, and then what are the issues I am facing, and which are required to be solved to bridge this gap. So AI will help in that. So the way we work, like we are visiting many industries, we are basically creating the, like, solving the problems, and then we are making them as a software, sending to industries if they are interested, or they have some aligned problems, so they are giving us. And then we are after visiting the industries, we are analyzing the process and see what are the objectives, and then we are submitting techno-commercial proposal if they will accept, and they are freezing the technical requirements and all. So then we are, like, solving the problem, and then on time execution. So this way we are working in Center of Excellence in Advanced Manufacturing Technology in IIT Kharagpur. Uh, so if I go in this way, like, I will tell you one some of the success stories and what are the issues we are facing. So if you see this solution, we have a, we have a robotic welding, MIG welding, manual inert gas welding. Uh, we have created an algorithm which is able to detect the weld gap and the weld line between two plates, welding plates, so that the robot will automatically move to do the welding. Presently, the practice is you need to manually teach the robot the initial point and the end point. So we have used a computer vision or AI algorithm which will detect the weld line basically from the image. So this we have done with an intern of NIT Surat, and then some days ago we have received a problem from TML Dharwad. They are basically doing, they are basically welding the bus body, creating the bus body frame. So it is a total manual welding. Now they want to automate it by implementing robotic solution. So as we have introduced, when we have introduced this solution to them, they immediately take up this solution, and they thought that we can implement this solution in our plant. So they have, like, they are going to issue us a PO, work order, and on that already we have started working. 30% work already has been solved. So we hopefully will be solving. So in this way we are working. This is one of the solution. Now this is the, so you can see that using the AI, how the bridge is being created between industry and academy. So IIT Kharagpur and TML Dharwad, it is almost 2000 kilometer distance. Now another thing, I will tell you some of the issues. Like let's say we have visited to TML Jamshedpur. In the TML Jamshedpur, one of the interesting problems they have told us that, let's say they are doing all manual welding. Now, when you are doing manual welding, so those welders, manual spot welding. Now, welders are bound to do, let's say, a fixed number of welding, let's say 1000 or 2000 welding in a fixed amount of shift, 8 hour shift. Now, they cannot match the frequency of the spots. So they are supposed to do 1000 spots. So if they are not able to do 1000 spots in the metal, sometimes they are doing air spots. Now it is being counted that okay, the person has done the spot welding, but actually it is not done on the metal. As a result, rejection is happening at the when the testing will be done. So this problem they have told us. We have come to our center. We have developed a small hardware which needs to be put in the welding gun, and a software which has to be installed using AI. So it will basically tell you that whether the spot is metal or spot is air. We are tapping the voltage from the this thing, from the electrodes of the spot welding. So we have already solved this, and we have shared the beautiful video to them that it is working, but they are not responding. So the, like, see, we are academicians are actually developing, but industry initially, although they have told us the problem, but they are not taking it as of now. So this is one of the issue we are facing. Now another one in TML Jamshedpur, let's say uh, this is one of the problem. The project has been issued. We are doing the project. This project is basically to check the quality of the welding. You can see we have developed the software, we have developed the hardware and all. So it is basically using the signal processing as well as image processing, AI based, which will tell you the quality of the welding, mostly metal inert gas welding. So that we have developed with our own material, but n number of mails has been sent to them that okay, we don't have the automotive grade material. So if you provide us the automotive grade material, then we can fix the process parameter and do the replicate the same thing which we have done for our own material. So if you give us, we will do that, but no response yet. So we have already developed, they are not coming. So that only is my basically submission from this, that if they will send us, then automatically it can be installed within a month time, and there will be a very nice collaboration between academia and industry, that is IIT Kharagpur and TML Jamshedpur. So these are the issues we are facing. This is the work Professor Mondal was talking about. That is in garden shipbuilders, we have developed a software called iWeld, which is a AI-enabled NDT software. This software is actually detecting defects from the radiography image. So if you see in the radiography image, so this is a typical radiography image where you can see the defects are there. So what is the current practice? A radiation safety officer, they are actually checking the this radiography film, and they are telling where the defects are. Now it is taking 10 to 15 minutes for a person to check it. Whether this software can do 15 image per minute, so it is almost 100 times faster. So we have installed it in the GRSC, so they are using it. So I will tell you where the information gap lies. So why it has taken much of time. So AI is a kind of black box. When you are writing a prompt in AI, you don't know what's going inside. But the thing is, here also I have trained an algorithm which is basically able to detect this kind of defect in the radiography. But there are so many artifacts which are actually looking like defects but not defects. defects because of the so many false detections are coming. But a person, a well supervisor or radiation safety officer, they are having 20, 25 of 5 years of experience. I have taken their cognizance, their experience, and mathematically coded them, and then put it inside the AI so that AI can train with the cognizance of themselves, the experts, and then we are through. Like it's now able to detect the welding defects properly. Similarly, you can see there is another software we have developed for ultrasound. It is called TOFD. TOFD means time of flight diffraction. Time of flight diffraction is basically this project has basically this problem statement has come from L&T. So they have told that okay, so you can see here this is a typical ultrasound data, and present practice is like you need to zoom like this, and then you need to put the cursor like this, parabolic cursor, and then you need to see the difference between this. Sorry, you need to see the difference between two parabolas. So this is a manual task, and L&T has reported that they are taking 8 to 10 hours for checking a weld of 15 meters, the defects. We have developed a solution which is taking 30 seconds for this task. So directly from 8 to 10 hours, it is reducing to 30 seconds because of the AI. So that we have developed with the data given by L&T. Let's say they have given us 35 numbers of TFD data, but again we have taken, let's say, 2 to 3 months time for developing, and then connection lost. Then they are not interested to move this project. So this is a thing. One of the another success story of COMT we are telling. So this software, this mobile application we have developed for Tata Motors. They want a mobile application which is able to read the serial number on the tire. Currently, a person is checking it and writing it manually. So we have developed a mobile application which can read and automatically store in the um, database. Now, what is the challenge? The challenge is basically black on black text. It is very difficult to. So we are through. We have already developed. Now, problem is implementation problem. The time that AI is trained on good images which are being captured by the professional, or us, we have gone to TML Jamshedpur and we have captured the data. But now workers or the people in the production line, they are using it. So they don't know how to take the properly the image. So sometimes AI is failing. So we need to give training to them, not only like if we want, like let's say if you want to use AI, the LLM and ChatGPT kind of thing, you need to know that how to give the prompt so that the AI will understand that what is your question properly. Like that, here also we need to feed the image data to the AI in such a way that it will be able to detect. So that is necessary. So we cannot be casual while giving the input to the AI. Otherwise, AI will not able to give you the desired result. So this is one of the uh, you know issue we are facing, but it is now they are trained. Now this problem we have done for Durgapur steel plant. This is basically rhombodity checking of the billets. So when a billet is formed from the molten steel, so basically there will be so they will check whether it is a properly square or not. The sides are proper or not dimension. What is the rhombodity? If the rhombodity is so high, that means distortion is high and all. So they will in the upstream production, they will change the cooling rate and all. So these things are given to us, this problem. So we have visited DSP, we have seen this problem. Now we have developed this solution within 1 month, but then a project has not come. So this is a thing. Again, in Excite Hosur, Excite Hosur, they have given us a problem that actually they are producing battery grid. Now battery grid, they need to count that what is the production rate. So we have developed a solution. We have gone to Excite Hosur, and with a camera, webcam, and with the developed software, and we have shown them that the solution is 100% working. Their MD also has seen that, and then project has not come. I don't know, like why that has not come, but they have told that there are some labor union issues and all. See, we have developed another solution for Tata Motors Jamshedpur. It is called look-alike product checking. So two products which are similar looking, but that should be uh, like one product is for one vehicle, another product is another vehicle. So what workers are doing, they are basically keeping one like a wrong product in a wrong component in wrong vehicle. So this we have already solved, and we have shown them that it is 100% accurately working. But single point of contact has been changed. Like the person who has given us this problem, he has been shifted to another plant of Tata Motors. So this problem got halted. Another problem is the quotation problem. The way we quote, maybe some industries are not working. The quotation is not working for some of the industries. So basically, this problem we have solved for Alstom India. They have come to us, and then they have given us a problem that, let's say, if you are, they are basically making the engine bogie or engine compartment where they are doing the welding. So inspectors are going and writing in the pen and paper that in which portion of the compartment the welding is not good. So we have developed a digital noting where you need to give the 3D layout of the compartment, and then you need in the digital version only you can write that which is the where actually the defect lies. In that way, things will be saved digitally, and later on downstream analytics also can be done. So these already we have developed, but because of the quotation barrier, the thing has not moved. Again, same thing. You can see this is the software already we have developed and installed in Tata Motors for automotive for number of holes counting and holes dimension calculation in a very high speed movement of a auto punch sheet. So they have their own camera, and they have given us the access to that camera. So we have developed a software and installed there, which got almost 100%, 99%, about 99% accurate solution. So this we have developed in Tata Motors Jamshedpur. One of the another success story, which is actually industry also has moved very forward. They have given us promptly the data. We have also given us them solution very promptly. So within three to 4 months time, we have solved this problem. It is basically to detect different components in the transaxle assembly of the Tata Motors Jamshedpur. So basically needle cage bearing, gears, and then a number of rollers in the roller bearing and thrust bearing. These things we have developed a software, complete software. And then from the same section, again, this one problem has come, which is basically choose the gap between two gears. It needs a camera of 50,000 rupees. So they have placed the camera procurement request to their higher authorities, but it has taken 10 months. But anyway, we have developed the software with the camera available with us. So we are going to install this in the TML in the, let's say, in next 2 to 3 months. So in this way, we are working. Moral of the story is, sir, as an academician in the COEMT, we are working almost restlessly, but industry needs to come forward so that the gap will be the gap will be the AI will help us to bridge this gap. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mukherjee, for your very well neat presentation. So, and now I invite Mr. Somnath Bhattacharya for his presentation. Mr. Bhattacharya is a very reputed consultant in engineering sectors, and he is ex Birla Technical Service. Over to you, Mr. Bhattacharya.
The journey of engineering design has been remarkable change. In the 1980s and 1990s, we moved from long manual calculations to computer-based software. That shift saved time and improved accuracy. Today, we are witnessing the next leap. AI-enabled comprehensive solutions are now taking over the same work. With AI, complex design calculations, simulations, and reports are available almost instantly. The outputs come in clear, presentable formats, tailored to requirements and accessible 24/7. This speed compresses engineering schedules. When engineering time is reduced, the overall project schedule tightens too. That leads to cost-effective solutions and faster revenue generation for industries. AI also brings smarter optimization in structural design. For example, AI can optimize steel usage without compromising safety. Less material, same strength, lower cost. This directly improves project economics and sustainability. Another pressing issue is closer to home. India has built huge plant capacity across many engineering sectors over the years. But for various reasons, many of these plants are not performing near their rated design capacity. As a result, valuable resources remain underutilized. This wastes capacity and public money. To address this, immediate modernization must be a top priority. RMU work, meaning renovation, modernization, and operating, can bring these plants back to full strength. AI can play a key role here too, from condition assessment to predictive maintenance and redesign. AI tools can identify bottlenecks and suggest upgrades faster and more accurately. These modernization efforts should run in parallel with new ventures. Both are needed. In West Bengal and across India, reviving existing assets through RMU while building new capacity will ensure balanced growth, better use of public investment, and stronger industrial performance. AI is not just about doing old work faster, it is about designing smarter, building leaner, and operating better. The time to adopt it fully is now.
Or no?
Yeah, there is some technical problem, I think, from his side. He's not able to contact.
No, it's okay.
Oh,
Now,
oh,
next
now,
man. Next man is Mr. B.L. Gulshan.
Mr. B.L. Gulshan, Hydro Consultant, ex-IIT Delhi. He is our next speaker. Over to you, Mr. Gulshan.
Everyone, I am BL Gulshan. I completed my BTech in Mechanical Engineering from IIT Delhi in 2001. I have around 2.5 decades of experience in design and engineering, working with the various multinational organizations across different engineering domains. Today, I am going to share my thoughts on the three eras of engineering design calculation. The journey from traditional manual calculation to advanced software-based engineering and towards AI-enabled design solutions. I hope this presentation gives us a perspective on how technology is transforming the future of engineering. The theories of engineering design calculation start from manual calculation, software based and AI enabled engineering. Engineering design evolution has progressed through three major stages. One is traditional longhand calculations, second is computerized engineering softwares, third one is AI enabled design optimization. In era 1, the traditional manual calculation, we are using pencils, paper, log tables and extensive calculation hours. The strength of this era 1, deep understanding of engineering fundamentals. But we have some limitations like time consuming, higher possibility of human error and limited design alternatives. In era 2, computerized design tools. We have started vitally in era 2 in the 1980s or 1990s. Like example, we are using tools like StatPro, AutoCAD, FEM based tools. And advantage of this computerized design tools, faster calculation, improved accuracy, multi-design iterations. But we have some limitations, uh, requires skill engineers and modeling efforts. In era 3, AI-enabled engineering design, AI can generate options and evaluate alternatives rapidly. Thousands of simulations can be explored efficiently. Benefit of AI-enabled engineering design, faster decision making, more design possibilities, potential reduction in time and cost. Changing role of engineers. Regarding AI, the AI does not replace engineering judgment. Engineers provide, in this regard, practical site understanding, safety assessment, experience based decisions, and final validations. The future collaboration model with the model 1 or 2 era with the era 3 of AI tools. Senior technocrats plus young AI professionals. Senior research brings like field experience, lesson from the failures, practical knowledge, and young professional brings coding skills, AI tools, design, digital speed. Expected impact by the AI. Together, this can lead like shorter project timelines, cost-effective solutions, safer infrastructure, better engineering outcomes. And key message of this via AI, the AI gives the speed, experience gives the directions, and future of engineering is AI with human experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gulshan. And our next speaker is Mr. Pallav Madhav. Mr. Pallav Madhav is giving us the digital support, and he's a very young man, only 23 years old. He's the AI consultant and doing AI coding work. Over to Pallav.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's a pleasure for me to be a part of this seminar. Today, I'll be speaking on human centric AI for business growth, a strategic approach for leaders. My focus is simple: how AI can help leaders and businesses to move faster, think clear, and work smarter without losing the human judgment that actually makes a decision meaningful. AI is no longer just a technology conversation. It has become a leadership decision. Because right now businesses are dealing with more complexity, faster decision demands, and a lot of information overload. Teams are busy, expectations are high, and leaders need more than just output. They need clarity, they need direction, and they need tools that improve business outcomes, not just generate content. The real problem is not AI access. The real problem is strategic adoption. Most organizations already have access to AI in some form, but the challenge is figuring out how to use it in a way that actually reduce friction and improve outcomes. That is where the gap is, not in ability, in implementation. So the question is not, do you have AI? The real question is, are we using AI in a way that creates value? So, what is human centric AI? Human centric AI is basically the combination of capabilities with human judgment, context, and responsibility. In simple terms, AI should support people, not replace them. It should help us think better, but the final direction should still come from human reasoning, accountability, and business awareness. That is the real difference, not AI versus human. It is working with human. Now, this is an important shift. AI is often discussed as automation, but for leaders, augmentation matters more. Automation removes repetitive tasks that is useful, but augmentation support human thinking, support decision quality, and work better in complex environment. And business is complex, so if AI only save times but does not improve thinking, it is not enough. The real win is when AI helps leaders make better decisions, not just faster ones. Okay, now let me give one practical example. AI can help leaders make better decisions but before commitment. Before a major breed resource allocation project decision, AI can help explore what assumptions are missing, what risks need attention, and what happens if priorities change. So instead of making decisions based on incomplete thinking, leaders can use AI to test the direction fast. That saves time, money, and often a lot of trouble later. The second use case is reducing cognitive load. Leaders and teams are constantly reading reports, attending meetings, and processing updates. AI can summarize long technical documents, extract key insights, and highlight the most important action points. That means people spend less time drawing information and more time making actual decisions. And honestly, that is where leadership gets stronger. And the third use case is communication and knowledge transfer. This is where AI becomes really practical. It can help create SOPs, training material, client presentation, knowledge handovers. It can also help translate technical language into business language. And that is matter because clarity drives adoption. If people cannot understand the idea, they will not fully use it. So AI is not just about producing content, it is about making knowledge usable. So if I had to leave you with one framework, it should be this: AI plus human judgment plus business context. AI gives speeds, pattern recognition, and scalability. Humans bring experience, ethics, and accountability. Business context give direction, priorities, and goal. When these three work together, that is when AI becomes strategic. So my final thoughts is AI does not replace leadership, it replaces fraction. It helps with better decision, faster execution and stronger communication. And the future will belong to organization that combine AI speed with human judgment. And this is from my side. Thank you so much for your time and attention.
Thank you, Pallav, for your very interesting presentation. I'll now request Madam Tishita Mukherjee of IIT Kharagpur to deliver a speech. Over to Madam Mukherjee.
Hello all, I'm Trishita Mukherjee, a research scholar in the Department of Artificial Intelligence, IIT Kharagpur. My research area lies in the intersection of graph machine learning and generative AI. The topic that today I'm going to talk about is on teaching AI the language of life. Generative AI, graph machine learning, and biological foundation models for drug discovery and protein design. When ChatGPT demonstrated that AI could understand and generate human language, it changed the way we think about artificial intelligence. But today, researchers are asking an even more ambitious question: can AI learn the language of life? Generative AI learns patterns from assisting molecular data and creates entirely new molecular structures. Models such as variational autoencoders, diffusion models, and transformer based architectures learn molecular representations in a latent space and generate novel compounds with desired properties. Rather than asking which molecule already exists, researchers can ask which molecule should exist. However, generating molecules is only the first step. We also need to determine whether these molecules are biologically useful. This is where graph machine learning plays a crucial role. Molecules can be naturally represented as graphs, where atoms are nodes and chemical bonds are edges. Graph neural networks uses the concept of message passing mechanisms to learn structural relationships within these molecular graphs. They can predict important
Very
properties
much
such
all
as
of and
toxicity,
I
stability,
thank
solubility, and protein ligand binding affinity. In
Image
many modern drug discovery pipelines,
So,
generative
what is
AI
human centered
acts as the creator, while graph
difference?
neural
Not AI
networks
versus
acts as the evaluator. The generative model proposes candidate molecules and the graph model assesses their quality and provides feedback. This creates an optimization loop that continuously improves molecular design. From a machine learning perspective, this represents the combination of generative modeling and geometric deep learning. A major breakthrough that accelerated this field was AlphaFold from DeepMind. For decades, predicting the three-dimensional structure of proteins was considered one of biology's greatest challenges. AlphaFold demonstrated that deep learning could accurately predict protein structures from amino acid sequences. Why this is important? Because proteins are the targets of most drugs. Understanding their structure helps researchers design molecules that interact with them more effectively. Protein structure prediction has therefore become a critical component of AI driven drug discovery. Building upon these advances, we are now entering the era of biological foundation models. Just as large language models are trained on massive text corpora, biological foundation models are trained on huge datasets containing protein sequences, molecular structures, genomic information, and biological interactions. Examples include AlphaFold, Meta's ESM protein models, and NVIDIA's BioNeomo. These models learn general biological representations that can be transferred across many tasks, including protein engineering, molecular property prediction, and drug design. What makes these models particularly exciting is their ability to integrate different forms of biological knowledge. Future systems will combine sequence information, molecular graphs, protein structure, and biological networks within a single framework. This is where graph machine learning becomes even more powerful. Biological systems are inherently connected. Proteins interact with proteins, genes regulate other genes, and molecules participate in complex cellular pathways. Graph based learning allows AI to reason over these interconnected systems rather than treating them as isolated components. Today, organizations such as DeepMind, isomorphic labs in silico medicine, Recursion Pharmaceuticals, NVIDIA, MIT, Stanford, and the Broad Institute are actively developing these technologies. Their vision is to create AI systems capable of understanding biology as multiple scales from molecules to entire biological networks. Looking ahead, the future lies in multimodal biological foundation models that combine generative AI, graph machine learning, and large scale biological models. Such systems could identify disease targets, generate therapeutic molecules, predict side effects, and guide experimental validation within a unified pipeline. In conclusion, we can say that as large language models taught AI to understand human language, biological foundation models may teach AI to understand life itself. This convergence of these technologies has the potential to accelerate the scientific discovery and reshape the future of medicine. AI is not only transforming in various sectors and various application domains, but one of its major invention and innovations could be in the area of healthcare and medicine. I hope you all enjoyed this talk. Thank you all.
Thanks a lot, Trishida, for your excellent presentation. We'll now request in the going into interactive session, but if there is questions, then we'll discuss. Otherwise, we'll go for vote of thanks with Mr. Pritish Kumar Sen. Any question? I think we can, Pritish, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. I think you can go for vote of thanks.
Oh, thank you, thank you. To start with, I may say that the excellent, seminar, that webinar arranged, and so many speakers, including me, maybe 14, that if honor, if you take 15. And the thing is, like, it started right on time, 3:30. Exactly, we started. The
Oh
time
no,
management.
Pritish, this is age group from 23 to 80.
Yes, I was coming to that.
That is why I have taken the help of both videos and also live performance. That way I have taken. Otherwise, it was
Yeah, yeah.
impossible to manage so many
Yes, and
speakers.
that's what I was wondering when Mr. Ghosh told me that so many speakers. I said, "Are you ending towards 7?" Or no, it will be within 6. So I was so happy, and there is not only that, there are 4 sessions in it. If you see, there are inaugural sessions, there are presentation of speakers, and bit of interactive session. Although it is not much, but like again, vote of thanks. Like, what do I say? It's an excellent, sort of a.
This is the effect of AI.
Is the effect of AI, you can say. Hello. Yeah, effect of AI, you can say. And as you say, you have chosen a very good topic. Let me say that artificial intelligence with human factors and old values in technology, engineering, and beyond boundaries with academia and industry alignment. And towards the wisdom, intelligence for benefits of the people and society at large.
Otherwise,
And
23 and 80, two
yes,
ages,
it is
cannot
almost
talk
a
on the
three
same subject.
generation. Yeah, it's almost 3 generation. Although you say 2, but I say it is a 3 generation. Like, and that too, you have done in joint initiative. It's not an easy thing to do. Interacting and with the people, coordinating the joint initiative with KST International.
That is why our honorable Prime Minister is telling
Yeah.
AI is all inclusive.
Yes, yes, all inclusive. And USA, Virginia, GBS Energy, IIT, Team IIT, acclaimed industry experts and professionals. It's a big, really big job, like thing. So, I do take this. I've already mentioned, thank Mr. Ghosh, and thank all speakers for their excellent presentations. I thank Ornov and Saroj for anchoring it. And I thank Pollab for organizing and making this arrangements. He always does for you for this webinar, and Mr. Ghosh for making him expert in this and even making him a poet. AI poet, Mr. Ghosh. Yeah, I really liked your poem. And as because it is a bit time is there, if you allow me, I can little mention about it, about the what the speakers spoke and brief about it.
Please.
And also, like, if I give my little bit of here, so if I say the AI, it has really emerged as a transformative force across the industries. It is reshaping the way the societies function and individuals interact with technology. However, the true innovations of AI lies not solely in the computational capabilities, but in the integration with the human values, ethical framework, and engineering experiences. Because always it is engineering experience is definitely very, very important. So if I say this one explores how these dimension converge to the AI system that that not only intelligent but also responsible and trustworthy and sustainable. So the rapid advancement of AI technology has sparked both the excitement and the concern. While AI promises efficiency, personalization, predictive power, it also raises questions about fairness, accountability, and social impact. To ensure that AI serves humanity rather than undermines it, innovation must be guided by the human centered principles. This requires embedding ethical considerations and leveraging engineering wisdom accumulated over the decades of technological development. That's what you say, that like the people having so much of experience, and we should also take care, we should use them. And also we also use the talent and of the youngsters like Pallav, that
Yes.
human values as a compass. If you see the human values proves the moral and the direction of AI innovation. Unless the human being are there, it cannot be developed, because human intelligence has to be there. So it should be empathy, and it should be inclusivity. The AI must design to respect the cultural diversity and accessibility needs. For instance, inclusive of design in educational AI ensure equitable learning opportunities across the socio-economic backgrounds. And it must have trust and transparency. It is an explainable AI framework allow users to understand the decision-making process, fostering the confidence in system ranging from healthcare, diagnostic to financial services. What Professor Mondal was mentioning, like while the calculator came, so 3 plus 4 it is 7, and 3 into 4 is 12. So they used to test after doing it, manual calculation. Now nobody does it. So therefore, once you have the trust with this AI, what also Mr. Achinta Sarkar mentioned, so use of AI, what they are doing, we are doing. Even Mr. Singh mentioned, so he took so much of time collecting data and using, although finished the project on time, but had he been used AI, he would have been much faster and easier. And it must be trustworthy and transparency, I mentioned. It must be responsibility. Developers and organizations must remain accountable for AI outcomes, ensuring that technology remains a tool for empowerment rather than exploitation. And there should be some ethics in guidelines. Ethics are served as the protective boundaries within which AI innovation must operate. It must bias mitigation. Algorithm must be rigorously tested to avoid perpetuating discrimination in hiring, lending, and enforcement. Because sometimes I develop something, but I put it in the system. Unless it should be rigorously tested before putting into the use. It should be privacy protection, like ethical AI represents autonomy and safeguarding the personal data and ensuring consent-driven usage. It must be sustainable. Now, ethical responsibility extends to environmental stewardship, encouraging the energy efficient AI models that minimizes the ecological impact. Engineering experience and foundation must have the resilience and safety. I think some cases Professor Mondal also mentioned. The lessons must be traditional engineering, such as redundancy and fail-safe mechanism, are critical in AI application like automation vehicles and industrial automation, like Wendy you also mentioned in building. Human-centered design and interdisciplinary collaboration must be there. The integration of computer science, psychology, sociology, and ethics ensures AI systems are both technically robust and socially responsible. It must be innovative in applications like healthcare, education, engineering industry. You have called many presentations covering this thing. And in conclusion, if you see that the innovative application of AI defined not only by its algorithm but by the human spirit infused into the design. By harmonizing values, ethics, and engineering experiences, AI can evolve into a force that is intelligent, compassionate, and sustainable. The synergy ensures that technology remains a servant of humanity amplifying human potential while safeguarding dignity and trust. So this is in brief I mentioned about this. And if I just noted some of these points, like as I mentioned, the Ornav started at 3:30. He set the ball rolling, and 13 presentations were there. Inaugural address by Mr. Ghosh, really excellent. He also mentioned about the book launched by his friend Mr. Tapan, and in the book fair, actually it is getting popularized, and we should also see that what best we can do to make it popularize. It gave you the experience of design, which he started by in the drawing board, then computation like AutoCAD, AutoLisp, and the use of AI. Then he also gave a very good AI, artificial intelligence, human intelligence comes to your wisdom intelligence, WI. That's a good formula. AI is the co-pilot, and if you see that Microsoft uses, if you see the word that they also frame it is called a co-pilot. They help it in doing it. And he also ended with an excellent poem. That's what I mentioned, that he become a AI poet actually. Then Dr. Sarosh Singh, he mentioned about project strategy and project management, and it is bridging that industry and academia. He gave over the project management. And Mr. Tapan Bakshi, your mining consultant from IIT Kharagpur, and he's now in USA, and he's a modern astronomy and Vedas. He studied it for 10 years and 2 years for writing this book. I think we must go through this book. I'm sorry that I have not seen it. I like to go and like to purchase if it is available. And our Indian actual time, it is more than 9,000 years. What other people have said is 3,500. Is a sage Kannad who either gave the consent of atom, and it is a Kepler which in the 1609 they say that like they have developed that this elliptical movement, but our Aryabhatta, it was in 500 AD. So much long before it is like Kepler is mentioning, as you also mentioned, what when people from West, they say that Europe and all, they have developed it and we follow it. But if you go back to our thing, it was developed much 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 earlier. And he also gave a very interesting mention about the Jupiter and Saturn. Why we pray them? And it's a quite strong logic what he mentioned. Unless these two, planets were there, that Earth would have been very odd, or it would have been more towards attractive sun, so life would not have been there. So they are in fact protecting us in a way, like the human life and what other lives are being there. So it's a very good logic. These things should be known to the people. Even I am sure, people in the West do not know. Even our generation people do not know. So I at times mention that Sanskrit should have been made compulsory in this country, because this is the origin. Yeah, unless other you culture, our own culture, our ancient, we feel proud of it. And I feel good that I learned Sanskrit, although not very much, but in a school that we learned. And I used to mention, I had a lot to, always I used to have a fight with my twin brother. He's a mariner. He used to say it's a very difficult language. I said, like, if you go to China and Japan, pictorial languages are there, but they are learned because from the beginning they know they have to learn it. So if you make it compulsory or something like that, so then it will come. Probably it will come in some day or the other. He also mentioned about the position of the Saturn, the seventh position, and Jupiter 5.2, and that is why it is going. The next speaker, Mr. Arya Bhattacharya, he mentioned about that he is a technology expert, and he mentioned about semiconductor and AI roadmap. And it's a complex thing. The critical things, three critical mentioned. He mentioned about the maximizing yield is a closed loop metrology, dynamic supply chain management. These things are very important to go for. And I'll give a very small, briefly, as because time is there, I'm taking a little longer. But then Mr. Srinivas Singh, he gave his experience about the project, about Hindustan Zinc, Hindustan Copper, Vedanta, McLean Bharat, etc. And he also mentioned, had the AI been there, it would have been much benefited. So he also, like then Professor Nishit Ranjan Mandal, he although he mentioned that he's a novice about AI, but he's been guiding people, and he gave a very good example with regard to welding, and which should be defect free, and radiography and ultrasonography, the way the orthopedic surgeon uses it and checks the X-ray of a human being. So like this, the AI can check the welding, so it cannot be this one. He also gave an example what I mentioned about initially when they started using calculator at when they were in fourth year of engineering, and they used to test it manually whether it is giving a correct result or not. But time will come, so people will have more confidence on AI. Then Mr. Sarkar, I mentioned about him also. He is a threshold of in our lifetime. So many changes we have seen. We have seen so many revolution. He gave the example about telephone system in 1970. Also, you mentioned about Mittal when he was mentioning about the heart, like about handset. And that time nobody thought that we'll have a handset in our hand. We can connect to anywhere in the world. And I also mentioned that we cannot think of a Sunday sitting at home, seeing each other, seeing the presentation. That's a great thing which you're following. And it's a great thing in our one lifetime. We have seen so many. I still remember, but very few people used to have telephone in those days. In our place, because my father was an IPS, so there were telephone in our house. Not in many places it was there. So people used to come long distance to give a call to their people. And that time, if you recall, there used to be normal call. There is no dialing. The dialing came later. You have to call to a exchange. Exchange will connect you. And there used to be lightning call. And there used to be PP, particular person. Suppose you call that, if somebody picks up, and they will bill you. But if you talk a particular person, the people do not know. They used to say, we are telling stories. So really, there are things which are really gone up. They now use of AI, and this revolution is really good. Then I liked, yes, yeah, Abhishek. Abhishek, is he there? I don't know. Abhishek Mukherjee of IIT Kharagpur Research Scholar. He gave many examples. I think he gave around 14 examples about like how they are helping industries to solve the problem. Also, he has his own some limitations, like although they developed, but some people are not taking. He mentioned about so many good example about. Sorry. Hello. Yeah, he
Hello.
gave so many examples. Yeah, yeah. He gave so many examples about Tata Motors, L&T. Then 14 examples he gave. I really liked his presentations, although I'm not mentioning all. Then Mr. Somanath Bhattacharya, consultant, he mentioned about the AI is helping optimizing the design without compromising safety. Then he mentioned about RMU, innovation, modernization, and upgradation. And AI design is much faster than learning design. And Mr. Gulsan, the mechanical engineer from IIT Kharagpur, he mentioned about what Mr. Ghosh mentioned about manual, the different three eras of design: manual, computer use design, that Stand Pro, AutoCAD. It improved the accuracy, but use of AI, it generated options much faster. So there is a changing role of engineers. AI does not replace engineering judgment. It is also very point what he said. Then Pallav, I really gave a excellent presentations, on the human centric AI. So AI in business growth, he mentioned the automation and augmentation, and that is also a better decision before commitment. That's a good thing, and reducing cognitive load. Why should I unnecessarily burden myself if somebody can does the job? I can do the job in analysis. And it's a communication and knowledge transfer. He gave out a strategic AI adoption. That frame I like, that AI providers, human provisions, and also business context provided provisions. And he mentioned that AI does not just replace leadership; it replaces the friction. It's for better decision, faster execution, and stronger communication. So it's really good
Thank
presentation.
you. With this, thank you very much for your
And
You have
Trishita
covered
gave me
all the.
the last
Huh?
one. I'm just giving the last one. So before I end, I think I'm getting excited. The way you started with a poem. So if you allow me, I can read a poem for
Yeah,
this.
please, please.
So I thought that, like, let me,
Please,
yeah,
please.
because I got excited with your poem, and
Yeah.
it is again on that AI. The poem, if you can say, it's the line we draw. The heading of the poem is line we draw. The mix may mute, the screen may fade, but thoughts we shared will not degrade. I repeat, the mix may mute, the screen may fade, but thoughts we shared will not degrade. From India and USA's ground, one truth today we all have found. From India and USA's ground, one truth today we all have found. AI can build, AI can see, AI can learn eternities. AI can build, AI can see, AI can learn eternities, but only human hearts can know where progress ends and values grow. Let code run fast, let data flow, let robots learn, let system grow. Let code run fast, let data flow, let robots learn, let system grow. Yet every byte, each line we write must serve the dawn, must serve the light. Yet every byte, each line we write must serve the dawn, must serve the light. No race for speed, no race for gain. If people tears still fall like rain. No race for speed, no race for gain. If people tears still fall like a rain. So here we vow, as the days ends, take for the world, not world for the trends. It is actually, this is an excellent one. And if you, can you guess who is the poet? I'm talking of the audience who are present here. I'll tell you that Mr. Ghosh, he is a poet in this case also. So I think like it's a excellent that way seminar, and I after seeing this while talking also, I remember so probably AI is coming at a place where it's trying to help, and I
Yes.
remember the song, किसी के मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी के दिल दे सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते है तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है. I think this is the one which is giving,
Yeah.
this is the one which is giving. And this is Namaskar. And until we meet again, at
Yeah.
the right, say at the refrain, let the human soul define all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ms. Baldwin. Thank you.
Thank you.